Hello everyone, my name is Syrian and welcome to MuStudios. Today I dropped a video on Shattered Spaces, and right before that Bethesda dropped a video on a deep dive of it with some new footage and stuff. So I went through my video, kind of cut out my gameplay and added the footage. But there's a few details that were added in here that we're going to check out. So now this is kind of like a reaction / breakdown. We'll see exactly what's included with Shattered Space and see what new things they reveal in this trailer. So without further ado, let's get things started.
To making Starfield the best experience possible. Since launch, we've added new features.
Starfield though. The city maps
technical
are awesome.
Enhancements.
Well, the detailed maps.
Fresh content. And the newly released Rev 8, Starfield's first ever land vehicle.
Which is also
now we're
really
expanding
cool.
Starfield's galaxy with a brand new, completely handcrafted world and deep new storyline.
All right, let me add right now, though, I do personally appreciate what they've done with the game. They've actually listened to some of the player feedback and criticism. And even though some of the updates have been slow to come out, and I don't know, maybe this is just me, but I have seen other people say this same thing. It's been a while, like a whole year since the game released for the first DLC to come out. But if they're taking this level of detail and doing exactly what they're saying, focusing on one area and really fleshing it out, then I don't see the wait being that bad. It's like I said, especially since they've taken this feedback and directly implemented it already with the Rev 8 and just some of the little details they've done already.
This September, we're launching Starfield's first major expansion, Shattered Space. Today, we're giving you the first look at the mysterious homeworld of House Faroon. So let's dive in and explore.
Let's go. I really like the way it looks, by the way. The like creepy horror vibe, right up my alley. I love it. Zero G, definitely down for that.
House was written among the stars. The great serpent tells us there is nothing to fear.
Do not.
You thought Fallout.
At
Well,
least
you're not that far
not
off.
for those who walk the path. You will
Okay.
rise.
Let me pause right there also, and I wouldn't have been able to stop it on that. There are those pods, and I don't know if it's anything to do with these. I think that's probably the redeemed or the player or something. But okay, I'm gonna change that. Thank you for letting me know. But yeah, it's got this very creepy vibe to it. I love it. I can't wait to drop into it. The Varun were such a let's put it straight. Every Bethesda game has their own cult, and that was the cult. I was really hoping to see some sort of like diving into their lore and who they are, what they do. I'm so prepared for this. I can't wait to see what they do in this DLC. But let's get into some of the more details that they reveal.
As Varun.
Starfield. Yep, new DLC two weeks from now. 2 weeks from today exactly. There's some vortexes in there that have zero G
Starfield's massive open
pockets.
galaxy, but from early on in our planning, we knew we wanted to introduce a more secluded and handcrafted location, similar to what you've seen from our past expansions.
Yeah, like apart from I'm sorry to pause this so much, but like apart from my opinion and a couple of other people think it's very traditional Bethesda DLC, and it's nice to see that there's a focus on one area. They're going to talk about it more in the meantime, but there's not as much, well, there's no jumping from planet to planet. It's just one I know, right? It's just one area that you can explore without having to go anywhere. So that's really nice.
There's so much mystery to House Faroon, and because they've so thoroughly isolated themselves, it made them the perfect faction to explore in a completely self-contained experience.
And so you
Makes sense.
arise, one of the promised of House Varun.
I love the visuals.
From the minute you arrive on Varun Kai, the story
It's very
never sends you
Skyrim
off
in a weird
planet.
way.
You're free to leave at any time, but the story is fully centered around life on the Varun homeworld.
Everything you discover, every location you visit, every side mission you seek out, it all tells the story of what happened here and how the Varun people have survived, cut off from the comforts of the settled systems and the rest of humanity.
I like that this kind of shows off the scale of the area, because the first few trailers really didn't show that.
Harbinger, Reverend,
right, thanks for coming in, Dwarf. See you in a minute.
One of our main themes throughout the base game is
I love the
humanity's search for
visuals.
knowledge. Shattered Space is still about that search, but it's also about what happens when it goes too far. It's a very extreme pursuit, and it has backfired horribly for the people of House Faroon.
My brother Qasim has been missing for days. I'm beginning to
I
worry
love that the
something
grav drive
terrible
was
has
a
happened
part
to
of the
him.
main lore, but now there's like the creepy side of what happens whenever you don't do it correctly. Oh, those body bags. Uh-oh. It's taking a very dark approach. Like, Skymo and I were watching earlier, and that's the first we noticed. Look how much blood. And there it is. The ambushing.
Before the start of Shattered Space, a secret experiment involving grav drive technology went terribly wrong.
It resulted in a massive tear in the fabric of space-time
Love it. I love it.
that
It's Matt
swallowed
Damon.
a significant portion of the Varun capital of Dazra.
Where are the potatoes?
You arrived
If Matt
just a
Damon's
few
here.
weeks after the Vortex incident. It's still very fresh in everyone's minds. Among those missing is a Nasco
Oh, he's gonna
Varun,
freak out.
leader
Matt
of the
Damon
Varun
don't do
people
well in
and
space.
speaker for the Great Serpent. In his absence, the minor houses that make up House Varun are all vying for control over the faction's future.
The
I
Zealots
wonder if we're
were
going to
once
see the
a
Great
part of
Serpent.
Varun
That would be pretty
society.
cool.
They want to continue the Serpent's crusade. They'll demand an inordinate
They keep
amount of
sending Matt
credits
Damon to
or
space. That's a good
firearms.
point.
Worst case, a seat at the High Council. or
Uh-oh,
even
Bethesda Matt
the
Damon
reinstatement
crossover?
of their house.
Oh, hold up. I wanted to add that in my video and I forgot. So I guess I'll do it right now when I upload this on YouTube. The Great Serpent Shinron. Or Purunga. One of the two. I'll put that in there. Let's keep going with the video now. I like the enemy design too. Actually, I like all of the new designs of the planet, the enemies. I can't wait to see the weapons and stuff. The Runga.
All must serve. All must
I don't know.
serve.
I keep getting a weird Skyrim. I mean, it makes sense, but I get that Skyrim vibe from it.
Must serve.
Great trippy visuals. I love it.
Varun Kai
Yes.
and Dazra City are like no other location in the base game.
The island where Marak is
From its
on.
inception, House
I don't
Varun
remember
has
that.
been
You'll have to
driven
show
by
me
a
that later.
singular, unique vision. Because of this, Varun Kai has a completely distinct visual identity. We say it's very alien.
That's
You'll
what I've
see this
wanted
in
in
the
Starfield
extraterrestrial
too.
landscape, gravity anomalies, and much more.
I want more of that alien feel to it. Which I love the zero-G stuff. I know I already said it, but I cannot wait for more zero-G combat. I couldn't say that. Like, that looks fun. That looks like a lot of fun. Oh, ambush. Oh, never mind. Oh, maybe.
Varun Kai is located in the Kabnik
That's
system,
what I
and it's
wanted
not
to
the friendliest
see.
environment. They believed the Great Serpent led them to Varun Kai, and their whole purpose in being here is to await its return.
You
It's
have
not
no
just
concept
that
of
one
what the
planet.
Great Serpent demands of us. All must serve.
Solstein.
It's a dangerous planet, and a lot of the people have retreated to Dazra in order to survive and protect their culture and their way of life.
Oh, the creatures
Now
are
you'll
looking
find
pretty
areas
cool
of the
too.
planet that were abandoned and have since been taken over by Zealots, Spacers, and Crimson Fleet. And humans aren't the only dangers in the Badlands of the planet.
Okay, that's where the other
With
factions
the line
come
between
into.
reality and the vortex breaking down, creatures from the other side can slip through.
There we
like
go.
the
That's the
vortex
redeem.
horror.
That's the vortex
When you
horrors.
disturb the barrier between our world and theirs, they can sense it, creating these honestly terrifying ambush scenarios.
Okay, so I read that some people that got the preview at Gamescom were saying that, can you cook it? Hold up. That would be pretty cool if you could cook it. But, yeah, I saw, like, actually, would you be able to eat something from another dimension? I feel like that's a good question. But some people were almost comparing the Vortex horrors, I forgot their name for a second. some people were comparing the Vortex horrors to like that Deathclaw feel. And I didn't realize until I read that I had missed that feeling in this game. Like, it's true, there are the terror morphs, but to my knowledge, unless you go down a specific quest line, they don't just show up naturally. Afterwards, they will, but they never popped up in my first playthrough. So I can't wait for that, like, enemy that feels like extremely dangerous. So we'll see how that pans out. Oh, there we go. Just pop up.
In the base game, there's a lot of focus around ranged gun combat. You can engage in a firefight from way in the distance.
This is something I touched on in the video earlier
we're
today.
That distance.
That doesn't look
Space
fun.
is scary. Part of getting that across is amping up the
That looks
aggression
so
and the
cool.
chaos of combat.
This is exactly what I wanted in Starfield. Creepy alien things that just make me feel uneasy. Space Witcher, yes. Make it Space Witcher. We're gonna have to make a Geralt character then. Those things are pretty cool. Bioluminescence all the way.
As you explore the city of Dazra and the surrounding planet, you'll learn the truth of what happened, become entangled in the political feud between the minor houses, and ultimately decide the fate of House Varun. A
Dwarfinator
fate
isn't
that
here,
could
but
affect the rest of the settled systems.
he ain't ready for
Can
this. I see a lot of photo mode potential in this.
Thank you for joining us for a
Come
closer
on,
look at
perfect
Shattered
photo
Space.
mode.
We worked hard to
Perfect
make this a
photo
journey
mode
you won't
DLC.
forget. We're incredibly grateful for your support and passion. Stay tuned for more updates as we head toward launch on September 30th.
All right. Okay. So yeah, this DLC comes out on the 30th, which is 2 weeks away from today. I love the visual aspect of it. I'm sorry, I'm messing up all of my words today. I love the way it looks. I love the vibe that is bringing, that kind of dark horror vibe. I feel like I said, it wasn't kind of missing. There are missions here and there are a few places that kind of touch on that kind of aspect of the game, but nothing that really pushes it like this. I really wanted to see something that was alien and just completely out there, and this seems to really fit into that. So I'm very much looking forward to it. If you haven't seen, earlier today I released a video on it, and pretty much there's nothing new. The only thing I see that I kind of didn't know before this is if this was going to be the only planet in the system, and right away you could tell that it's more than one planet there, so they're all gonna die. Yeah. So yeah, I look forward to it. I hope y'all can follow us with the streams and stuff. So if you're on YouTube, if you're on Twitch, follow, subscribe. I'm going to be streaming today and a lot more Starfield up until that point, because I just started New Game Plus. I'm not that far into it, and I want to be pretty far into the story before I get in there. I want to like level up my characters. So with that being said, that's it for this breakdown / reaction to this. And yeah, we'll explode Namaka once we get there. I like that one. So let's jump into the game.